Hey, what's going on everyone? Don here from VR Gamer Dude and welcome back. So today we're diving back into Sony's Mocopy full body tracking system. And since the last video I did, I've been seeing a lot of great questions in the comments and even on my social media posts. So today I thought we would just go over some of the ones that I get asked the most and, well, give you my thoughts. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the setup. I'm going to talk a little bit about recalibration, battery life, and I'll share a few real-world tips that'll help you get the best tracking performance possible out of Sony's Mocopy. So let's go. All right, so let's start by getting this all set up. Now, that can trip up a lot of folks the first time around, so I'll walk you through it step by step. Now, if you're using the Sony Mocopy VR app and the USB receiver, it's actually quite simple, and that's how we're going to do it here today. You'll want to attach each of the trackers to your body. So you're going to put one on your waist, and then you're going to attach one to each knee. And those are actually going to be marked wrist because, well, you're using a Steam VR compatible headset with motion controllers, so you won't need the wrist tracking since that's taken care of by the controllers that are attached to your headset. Now, you'll also attach a couple of trackers to your ankles, and then alternatively, when using the USB receiver versus the phone connection method, you can also attach the head tracker to your chest. Now, after you have them all connected, it's time to power them up. And, once they're all powered and in position, you just start the Mocopy app from Steam. And once it detects the sensors and you select the tracking method that you're going to be using, it will then show each tracker in a calibration pose. Now it's time to connect the USB receiver and pair the sensors. So if this is your first time pairing Sony's Mocopy, you're going to need to pair each individual sensor by its serial number. And it's really important that you look on the back and get those correct during the setup. Now, after that, just select your height and it's time to start the calibration. You're going to step forward, you're going to stand naturally again, and then within seconds, your avatar is going to start moving one to one. Now, once you're connected and moving, you'll just check Steam VR and you should see the Mocopy trackers in the app window. From there, you can now launch VR Chat or any other supported app and boom, you're ready to move. Now, one of the most common questions I get asked is, well, what do you do if your tracking starts to drift or your avatar starts leaning from one side or the other? Well, the answer is simple. It's just doing a very quick recalibration. So what's cool is that you can actually do that recalibration directly inside the VR app you're currently using. Just press the button on your waist tracker, stand up straight with your arms relaxed, and then step forward when you hear the sound and, well, now you're synced up again. I also get asked a lot about how long these little guys last on a charge. Now, Sony says you're going to get about 8 to 10 hours of continuous use on a full charge, and I have to say that's been pretty accurate so far with my testing. Now, if you are doing longer sessions though, I do recommend placing the sensors back in their included charging case when you're taking breaks, especially the waist or ankle ones, since those tend to move a little bit more and that causes them to drain slightly faster. Now, here's another pro tip. When you're done, store them in this case with the power off. They will hold a charge much, much longer that way. Now, a lot of people have also asked how Sony's Mocopy stacks up to other full body tracking systems I've used over the years. And well, in the short version, it's lightweight, it's wireless, and it's extremely portable, where others I've used can tend to be a bit bulky. And I mean, you can see, I mean, these are not lightweight or extremely small. So, you know, with Mocopy, you can fit the entire setup in your pocket. And the best part here is that Mocopy, unlike those guys, doesn't need any extra hardware, any external sensors, no complicated setup. For me, that was huge because I've never been a fan of hanging things from my ceiling. And honestly, it just makes full body tracking way more accessible. And if you're someone who doesn't have a dedicated VR room or just wants to jump into VR chat quickly, well, this has you covered. Okay, so that's been a quick look at some of your most asked Mocopy questions, and hopefully this clears up a few things and helps you get the most out of your Mocopy setup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks again to Sony for sponsoring it. If you want to learn more about using the free Mocopy VR app with the USB receiver and Steam VR, well, check out my previous video. I'll link that down below as always. And if you found this one helpful, if you don't mind, do a solid and drop a like, and then subscribe for more great VR coverage. I'll catch you in the next one.